Hello everybody, my name's Drew and my channel name is Clean Cheap Shots. This is my first video, so bear with me. I'm a vintage Topps baseball collector. I do have a few football cards. I do have some memorabilia and some comics as well, probably more than some comics. I do really enjoy, though, the old vintage baseball cards the most. I started collecting when I was about 4 years old. My mom got me my first Topps wax pack from the IGA grocery store. And I never really stopped collecting anywhere in between. I didn't even really realize that Bowman produced cards until probably the 90s, believe it or not. And I made the decision at that point that I was only going to collect Topps. I wasn't going to collect Bowman, Score, Fleer, or anything like that. I just felt like I needed to draw a line someplace, and I guess that's where I drew it. But my intention is to, of course, show some cards, some pickups, things of that nature. As I mentioned earlier, some memorabilia from time to time, probably not very often. And then, of course, some comics. I might squeeze that in. But my biggest focus really will be, at least for now, the 1953 Topps set. I've got, of course, 4 of them here in the background, starting with Jackie Robinson. Everybody knows who Jackie Robinson is, but not a lot of people know who some of these other guys are that appeared on the set. And that's really where my focus is going to be, is talking about those guys, talking about the cards, and talking about their stories. So my plan is to do a 5-card series. So starting with card 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, doing a 5-card series, talking about the stories and uploading that video, and then moving on to the next series. And I'll be slipping in other videos as well, similar to the one that I'm doing right now. But I did pick up a few cards here recently at an antique store. And my first Jim Bunning card, 1968. I got that for just a few bucks. I thought, well, it might be worth it. Hall of Famer. Also picked up 3 cards from 1975. I do have the whole set, but I saw these cards and I thought they were in pretty decent shape and considered maybe sending those into PSA for grading. But speaking of PSA, I've never sent anything into SGC or any other company. I do have an account with PSA, and I got that subscription with a couple of buddies, so I should probably back up a little bit and say that one buddy, he does basketball, and so I'll probably show a few modern to vintage modern. I don't even know if that's a thing. Late 80s, early 90s basketball. And the other buddy that I have, he's into Pokemon and things of that nature. So I might show a few of those just for kicks during reveals. But to continue with the 75s that I picked up, Pete Rose, a pretty decent card. And the last one, Catfish Hunter, otherwise known as his real name, Jim Hunter. So those are the ones I picked up at the mall, but at the antique mall. What was interesting while I was at the antique mall was I was looking at a Gale Sayers rookie card, and there were 2 of them next to each other. One of them was graded and fairly beat up. I don't know. I think it was maybe like a PSA 2 or something of that nature. But the one next to it looked pretty mint. But I knew something wasn't right, and I had the guy open up the case, and I looked at it, and I could tell right away the register, the coloring. It was a fake. There was just no doubt in my mind that it was a fake. And he had them both priced at $225. So I told the individual that was opening up the cases for me, I told him, I said they were fake, and at least some of them were fake, because I'd noticed some other cards that I was interested in too, and I didn't feel comfortable with them. And I happened to have a pretty strong flashlight with me, and I told him, I said, if I can shine the light through this card and you can see it, it's fake. And I was able to do that, and the light was, it penetrated the card very easily. And so then he got what we knew to be a real Gale Sayers rookie card, and I shined the light through it. And, well, I didn't shine the light through it, meaning it was legit. So be careful when you go out there and look at these cards at the antique malls. I'm not here to tell you that the guy that had the display cases where I was trying to pull one over on anybody, he may just simply be somebody that doesn't know much about cards, picked them up at a garage sale, what have you. But again, just be careful when you're going out there and looking at those. Using a flashlight through the card is one way to determine whether you're looking at a fake card or not. But with that, that's the end of my video. Thank you very much for watching. I want to thank 3 people for their words of encouragement in starting a video channel here with YouTube. Rudog21, who's a big Clemente fan, has quite an inventory. Vintage Card Steve, who's a fellow Nebraskan like myself, and John Keating, that 70s Card Show. All 3 of those guys really provided me with a ton of feedback and encouragement. So thank you guys. I really appreciate it. All right, everybody be good. Thanks again.